welcome back to A Message for You. As someone who is Mexican, Irish, and Danish, everything going on is heartbreaking, and I know it's heartbreaking for a lot of us. And I heard Governor Walz's speech today, and all I could think of was, my God, I want that man to be president, dad for president. And I was like, okay, I came over to my desk and I'm setting up for my day, and I look over and my Fairy Tale Tarot. I love this deck by Lisa Dunt. This is an amazing deck. I love this deck because for me, when I read, I'm not just reading, the Nine of Wands and the King of Coins. I'm looking in and scrying within the pictures, and I'm being told what I need to pick up, and I'm being told the story in the sentence as they're, and then I tell you. That's how it works for me. It's like a story in my head, put the pieces and parts together. They tell me the story in my head. It's like translator, just, go with it. It's like I have a Babel fish in my ear, okay? If you understand that, you'll get it. And I asked, what is the state of the union? What do we need to know? And what came out was the Knight of Wands, Courage, the King of Coins, the Five of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Sorceress, the Ace of Cups, and the Six of Wands. Today they asked me to read the Nine of Wands. This is my Nine of Wands. And there's a very particular part of this I want to read to you. Okay? Unifying forces and working cooperatively with others may provide the opportunity to accomplish monumental tasks. By organizing actions and integrating ideas, you will see your plans take shape in a manner that will bring great satisfaction. This is a Russian fairy tale. And the key words are preparedness, working cooperatively, collective strength, action with vision. Now, that's what this Nine of Wands means. It means it's time to act together. It's time to be cooperative. It's time to listen to each other and organize. And what is the card after it? Courage. It's courage. They're saying it's time to have courage. Because when I read this King of Coins, okay, this wasn't the King of Coins where we're going to be a helpful, benevolent king. We're a King of Coins of Midas. Every single thing we touch is going to turn to gold until we desire to hug our daughter and we turn her to gold too. Or she slaps his hands away, which, yeah, that's a sign. And everybody who understands what I just said knows what they saw. Because right now, these three cards are the most important. Organizing and having courage to defeat King Midas. Because this is what he's doing to this country. This is a representation of Pandora's box when she opens it and it takes the life from her. That is what he is trying to do. But guess what fairy tale comes after this one? I mean, I swear to Christ, I hear somebody laughing hugely. Hansel and Gretel. Okay, where did that come from? Really? Elka. Okay. I grew up in a family. So we have hope, but we have to organize and we have to follow through. And I'm being told, what we do have to remember is not to salt the people who can't fight. Like people like myself, like if you're clairvoyant or you're a witch or you're a very high energy person, putting out that good energy, if you can't get out there, putting out that energy of protection around everybody is what we need. So if you can't, go out in the street and protest. Stay back here because someone has to take care of the kids. Somebody has to cook dinner. Somebody has to take care of the elderly who can't help themselves. Somebody has to take care of the animals, okay? And these are things that, this is what makes a union. This is, oh my God, thank you. This is what makes a union. This is what makes us complete as a country, is this organization and hand helping each other. And we've been doing this since what? The Revolutionary War? We had a massive tea protest. We blamed people wrongly for that, though. I am indigenous Mexican to the the west of the United States. Nevada, California, up in that way. So, you know, the wrong people were blamed for that, but we're all getting the point. We had a revolution because we didn't want kings. We had a civil war because up north, we got tired of seeing battered, bloody human beings who were of a different color being treated this way. So we started a civil war because we knew it needed to end. My family was in the Civil War. As a matter of fact, my family got caught in the Civil War and then he dug out and ran away. We have the documents to prove it. It's absolutely hysterical. But that's what you do. You fight. Because when you fight, you bring forth the sorceress. And that's a better union. That's a union that stands there like Northern Ireland and says, we're not doing this shit anymore. We're not having markers. We're not having separate countries. Y'all gotta get along. Because eventually Ireland will unite on its own, together. Eventually we will slay the dragon, and eventually some dragons will change and be our friends. So, oh God, my ears are freaking burning right now. So the most important thing we can do is learn. Learn. What did they say yesterday on, I think it was Hawk's podcast? If someone runs into your house, close your door. Do not say anything. No one is allowed to enter your house. Because once that person runs into your house and you can't prompt them to come in, they have to physically run into your house. You then become a harbor of safety. I can't remember completely what it's called, but that's what the law is. It's time to look up those things and know that, because they blinded a 21-year-old this morning. They've forced women to miscarry. Those women are going to look like this. They're never going to feel the same again because their pregnancies were wanted. And that's murder, to be very honest with you. That's murder. And every Republican should be standing up and being absolutely angry about this. Every single clairvoyant who is a Charlie Kirk supporter should be angry about this, but they're not. And wow, that's not my energy that's hot about that. That's an angel. That's a golden angel. And I think that's Gabriel. Wow. And Archangel Michael and Raphael. Gerard. Gabriel. Gerald. I'll have to look that one up. Whoa. They're not happy about that. Yes, I know he didn't cross over. He's just standing at the Jesus statues with the rest of his brethren behind him. Wow. Angels feel like gel going through my body. Oof. No, I'm not going to edit it out. But you see how this giant thinks it can just pick up that person that little one, but he can't. You have to have courage in that because they think they have the power. When in reality, all he has to do is run, and the way that giant is hunched over, if that guy like runs between his legs, he's just gonna fall over because he's too big and that guy is too little. Well, he's not really too little, he's just more maneuverable. But they're saying don't give up hope. Because we also have the Ace of Cups and the Six of Wands out here. And this is going to get very emotional. And we already know that though, don't we? We already know. We already know. Because this has been going on. And this has been going on for a very long time. Ooh, wow, something just went across the desk. I'm going to have to play that back and see. Let's see anything. It's freaking me out. They said they've been fighting this for centuries. They've been fighting this for centuries. But they said the unique thing now is the form of unity and cooperation we have. Back in the day, when they were fighting this out, back in the days of history that we know of, okay? Only from where our history point stands, because that's the only thing we can have recollection from. They're telling me they were fighting this back then, but things had to get word of mouth. Like, I remember when I took my Russian history class, they said, by the time the Tsar has passed away in St. Petersburg and that gets over here, that's 5 years. And they said it was the exact same thing back in the day with trying to get people to see that you can't treat people like this. And they said now the difference is with all the technology, it's easier for our angels and our guides to click people together because they, fuck around with the energy. Ooh. Wow. That's interesting. Huh. That would make sense, if you were to shut down the electricity. Yeah, it'd be harder for you guys to actually, yeah. That's interesting. Anyway, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole right now of conspiracy theories because we're not doing that. This is not conspiracy theories, and I do like me a good one, but I also am rational about them. But you have the advantage. We have the advantage. And like they were saying, we are so interconnected now that we can get like Miss Good's murder, her execution. How many people saw that? If we had not had the capability to film, that would have taken days to get around. And you know what? It probably wouldn't have gotten around because everybody on the street would have died. But they're being videoed. So, we can believe what we're seeing. And if you don't, you're only self-gaslighting yourself. And why are you self-gaslighting yourself? It just means that you're not seeing what's true in front of you. You're staring at the sun because you want to, because it's easier. Get away from that white wall, people. But there's so much media. There's so many ways to connect that they're saying that's how we're going to defeat King Midas. We are going to defeat King Midas. Because we also know that it's not always about money. Okay, so they're also asking me, because I thought about that too. Does this feel like a really bad 80s action movie, like the 7th sequel that just has like 2 minor characters still in it from like the 1st and 2nd movie? Anyway, let me know. Because that's where we are. And that's our advantage. Is that they're playing poorly. They're playing this like it's an 80s action flick, which means they're even more dangerous. So, but that also is our advantage. Our advantage, the technology in front of you, the filming, All of that is your advantage. Take it, because eventually you will be this king and queens. Let's be proactive now. And you will be telling stories about how you slayed the dragon, how you walked into that Six of Wands into victory. And that's the most important part, okay? I don't know why this reminds me of the divine Mother God and Father God, because they're going to see us through this. You guys realize Mother God hasn't gone to bed yet. I think she took a nap like a month ago, but like she hasn't gone to bed yet. Fall has not gone to bed yet. You guys know that, right? Like, Mother God hasn't gone to bed yet. And Father God stopped painting and actually physically got in bed last year and is stirring and waking and getting a cup of coffee and looking at the big part of the canvas, right? You guys get that, right? Okay, let me know. Because in the ethers, that's what's going on. And down here, what that brings is bravery and courage to do the right thing. And the way that we can communicate far easier will help us get everything across that we need to. Ooh. I'm feeling a lot right now. Yeah. Saving ourselves from drowning. And what they're telling me is that we are not alone. There are, you know, this is the Danish. This is the Little Mermaid. This is a Danish story. We don't have to worry. Denmark's behind us. We don't have to worry. That's funny. We have friends that will help save us. And that's what they're telling me right now. We have allies that will help us. And that's the most important thing. So if we can organize and come together as a union, the union that we are of the United States of America, then our friends across the sea will see that we're serious about this and they will help us. So I want you to know that. I want you to know that. Don't give up hope. If you feel hopeless, don't give up hope, because this is we can win if we pull together. That's what I'll put it as. If we pull together and we get ourselves where we need to be, we can organize, we can win. Okay? My mirror came out for this, just so we're all aware. Okay, so be good, behave, be happy, and be yourself. And good night, God bless you, I love you. And I hope this made sense to somebody, and don't give up. Don't give up. Everybody has their spot, and if you can't do it, that's okay, I get it. No one's gonna fault you for anything. Love you guys.